Hey, welcome back, guys. We are here for another one take video, and we got a good one for you guys today. We're going to have some juicy topics and discussion here. So, today we are going to be talking about some movies we think are overrated, or some either highly rated, based upon like expert reviewers, or just by the general public. People that generally say these movies are great, and we think they're just okay or even bad in some cases. So, without further ado, Dave, if you want to start off with your. Oh, wait, we're going to be doing five picks each. So, Dave, if you
Yes.
want to start that off.
Five picks each in no particular order.
Yes.
I don't know if I want to start with a big one or kind of save it,
Yeah.
but I think I think I want to come out of the gate swinging a little bit here.
Yeah.
So, this is my opinion. Remember, these are just our opinions.
Yes.
Overrated movies. Here come the hot takes. The
Yes.
first one I'm bringing up, and might be my number one hot take. I don't know. Because it's still a
Hmm.
movie I would say I like and I enjoy, but
Sure.
Jaws.
That's fair.
Jaws is one of the most overrated movies of all time. It
Of
is
all
not
time. That's
it is
crazy.
not Steven Spielberg's masterpiece. It is far from that. He's
Hmm.
made much better movies. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Let me make that clear.
Sure. Yeah.
It's a good movie. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. It is a good movie.
Really?
It's a really good watch. A lot of good stuff about it, but it's not nearly as compelling as most of Spielberg's work or just most
Yeah.
movies in general. It doesn't grip me the way a lot of other movies do. I
Mm.
think what they did with the shark and like the effects of the shark are probably the best part of it. I think the
Yeah.
characters are pretty interesting, but I've seen better. I don't know. I don't know how else to say it. The
Sure.
plot is very straightforward and simple, which I'm sure is
Hmm.
what helps make it work for a lot of people. For me, it's kind of
Right.
thin in my opinion. Cinematography wise, it's good, but again, in my opinion, not great. And I think that
Sure.
the score of Jaws might be one of the most overrated of all time. Yes, it's effective,
Mm.
but it's also very plain and gets old very fast, in my opinion. That's just for me.
Wow.
And
Interesting.
yeah, Jaws is not among the best films of all time, in my opinion. So just for that reason, I would
Fair
say it's
enough.
extremely overrated because a lot of people call it one of the greatest blockbusters, one of the greatest movies of all
Mm.
time, and I think it is
Sure.
not even close to that conversation. But just me. So
Oh,
start with
yeah.
a big one.
I have agreement in that aspect. I think it's just okay. All right. For my first movie, we are going to be starting off with I would call a less bang, but still a bang. I'm gonna say American Psycho. So I know
Oh,
that
I'm gonna have to
including
disagree.
you,
Yeah.
yeah, I know that including you and generally the general public, American Psycho is very highly praised, which I can kind of understand. If we're talking about Christian Bale's performance in that aspect, I think that's the best part. However, the movie itself, I think it just kind of lacks direction. Like the whole time, I was just like, okay, like my biggest flaw with the movie is also Christian Bale because of the fact that he does not even hide the fact that he is a psycho. He puts it out there for everybody to see, yet people ignore it and are just so blind to what's actually going on. And then, yeah, just even towards the end of the movie, when Christian Bale blatantly says, "Yes, I did it. I killed everybody. I am a psychopath." People just kind of brush that off and not take him seriously. Now, this is one of those movies where I know that you were telling me before that the directors were not intending for this to happen, but this is one of those movies where it's left up to interpretation, how people perceive how his reality actually is, if it's fake or if it was actually real, and all those events actually happened. Generally speaking, I do not like those kinds of movies, and this is one of those cases, obviously. But to me, this movie just felt so directionless, and I couldn't fathom the fact that people just didn't catch on to everything that he put out there for everybody to see.
Mm,
With that being said, that's my first pick.
yeah, and that's one I strongly disagree with. I love American Psycho. I think it's
No,
a
sure. Yeah.
hilarious movie. Christian Bale is, of course, fantastic.
Right.
And I love the satire of just making fun of rich, wealthy people who are just
Oh,
totally
sure.
lost
Yeah.
and at the same time getting away with just crazy stuff. And then it's a great movie in my opinion. I understand your complaints.
Yeah.
I like what they did with the satire and everything, and I love how crazy Patrick Bateman is,
Hmm.
and it's so insane to see it, and it a lot of it rings true with like the things that people in power and wealthy people can get away with, and
Sure. Yeah.
so yeah,
No,
I,
I
I really
understand
enjoy it for
that,
that. I
but
understand about the
yeah.
ending too. I would agree about the ending. That is something that holds it back for me from being a movie I enjoy even more. But that being said, with how I interpret the ending, it works for me, and I still
Sure.
really like the movie. So
Yeah.
good pick
Yeah.
though.
That's fine.
All right, number two, I'm gonna go with a recent movie. I got a couple recent movies on here, but the first one will
Mm.
be Poor Things. This
Okay. Yeah.
is very highly acclaimed, especially critically.
Mm.
And even I think with general audiences, pretty good. Definitely on the more artsy side, I think. So definitely
Right.
more a critic praised film, but still, best picture contender the year it came out, I think it was 2023. Best actress
Mm.
winner, Emma Stone. I just think that this is a very misguided film and
Yeah.
it's very bizarre. I will also be the first to say this is not a film for me. So like that's kind of the first aspect of it. That's often what happens
Sure.
with films that somebody finds overrated is just it's not exactly my type of film in the first place. But I also just think it's kind of gross to be honest. Just what it's depicting
Yeah.
on screen, I I felt very weird watching it. And I understand
Mm.
that's kind of the point, but also the point they're trying to make, I think this is just a weird way to do it because I don't know. There's a lot you can get into here that gets very controversial in a sense, but it's
Right.
just the idea that she's mentally not fully aged yet experiencing very adult mature actions that I have to watch
Right.
is very uncomfortable for me, not in the good way. And I don't
Right.
fully understand why the mindset is that through her experiences somehow that is the right thing for her to do or I
Right.
it's been a little while since I've watched it so I don't have exactly the best
Hmm.
critique of it right now and criticism but I also think that Emma Stone's performance might be one of the most overrated of all time.
Really interesting.
I just don't see how you couldn't put several other actresses in her position and still do the same job. I don't think it's a very
Mm.
unique role. It's a cool role. It's interesting and it's definitely a bold role to take. But in terms of actual execution, I when I watched it, I didn't feel anything special about it. To me, it seemed like something that I think a lot of actresses could
Yeah.
have done just as well. Maybe not
Okay.
necessarily better, because yes, it is Emma Stone.
Hmm.
Let's not get that twisted. She's
Right.
incredible as an actress in general, but just not a role that I thought was that exceptional. But that's my second pick.
Fair enough. I have not seen that, but I do know the premise of it. It doesn't seem like a movie I'd enjoy,
No.
so I can't really have
Yeah,
too
and
many
that
thoughts
is
on that.
yeah, and that is I will say that is a movie that I definitely dislike. That is very different from a Jaws situation where Jaws is still good. Poor things, no,
Sure.
not at all for me.
Okay. Um. Well, sticking with modern, I guess I'll give you one from actually this year, and this will actually give a little foreshadow, possibly, into our end of year discussion. But for right now, I am going to say Send Help. I know that
Oh,
this is yet another movie of which you very much like, but I will say that I was not disappointed in this movie because it was everything that I expected. I just, because like, to me, it was just so generic, I guess is the right way to say it. Because like Plane Crash, They're on an island. They have to do all that survival tactic, all that stuff. Um, them implementing like the survivor, if you or anybody's seen that show, the survivor tactics on there, that was kind of cool. But the whole time, I just, as you said before, for poor things, I just kind of felt nothing. I was like, I didn't really feel um, Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien's chemistry until very, very, very late into the movie. Like the entire time, I was like, man, this is, they just don't click at all. Um, I thought the things that happened on the island, I was just like, still felt nothing. Slight spoiler alert, the house at the end, it, on the first watch, it slightly caught me off surprise. But looking back, I was like, oh wait, that makes total sense because where else would she get that knife from? You know.
Mm.
And even when the house was revealed, I was just like, really, like really? There's just a house there conveniently. Um, to me, I know I generally like Sam Raimi, but the way people are talking about this, I just don't see it. I think it's a fine movie. Would I watch it again? Probably not anytime soon, but down the line maybe. Um, would I recommend it? Sure. I can understand why people enjoy it. It's just this is probably a thriller movie, but yeah, if you wanna go ahead, but yeah, just not for me.
I'm not sure if this is a film that's really that highly praised. I think I'm definitely higher on it than most people, being
Sure.
a big fan of Sam Raimi, and also I thought the movie was really good. I thought Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams I thought were really good the entire movie. I think they have
Mm.
the two best performances of the year so far, and we're halfway
Anything.
through May just about. So
No, didn't feel
um,
anything
that's
from
just
them.
that's
Yeah.
just my opinion, especially Rachel McAdams. She's
One
slightly
second.
better. I mean, I still think they're both great. I just love Sam Raimi's style. The cinematography is quite unique, and I don't know. I enjoyed this sort of survival movie. I haven't seen that many of them,
Sure.
so maybe if
Uh,
I've seen more before, maybe it would feel more stale to me. But I liked some of the
hmm.
horror influences, and yeah, I had a really good time with it. So
Oh yeah, that's fair.
that might also be one that I end up talking about at the end of the year as well. We'll see.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
All right, my number three. Let's
Three.
go with the South Park movie. Also called
Huh.
South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, I think it is, from
Okay.
1999 or something.
Is that highly praised?
From what I know, a lot of people love South Park. I don't know. I
I
think.
I I can't stand South Park
See,
personally. So yeah,
I mostly tried to avoid. This is my only comedy on the list. I
sure,
would say. I mean, there's comedic elements to most of these movies, but this is the one that's like primarily a comedy. Obviously, with comedy, it's so subjective. It's hard to just like say it's
sure.
overrated or whatever, because it's all
Yeah.
personal taste, even more so than just film in general. But I have to include this one because I don't know what it is, but I just really, really
Sure.
dislike the South Park movie.
Yeah.
The humor does not work for me. It is honestly,
Hmm.
I shouldn't say it, but the word insufferable comes to mind. Like it's
Okay.
I've seen the
Yeah.
movie twice and it has felt like 3 hours.
Twice.
It has felt like
Twice.
3 hours to watch both times. The
Yeah.
humor is very painful. The characters are annoying,
Hmm.
and yeah, I'll definitely get flamed for that one day, if not very soon. But
Sure.
if you enjoy it, if that's your sense of humor, good on you.
Yeah.
I can sort of see why people can enjoy it, but not for me. Not for me. And that's really all I have to
Okay.
say. There's not much more to
Sure.
explain about that.
Yeah. Well, don't worry because you don't have to worry about getting flamed anymore because my last three movies are
Oh,
real
you're
spicy.
saving the spicy ones. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting the spicy out of the way. Well, we'll see.
Oh
We'll
no.
see.
This one's gonna get people going. So let's get it going. I am gonna say Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, yeah, that's a good pick.
Yes.
I like that. I didn't expect that at all.
Hear me out. So I do not. dislike this movie. I think it's still a good movie. I would definitely watch it on a rainy day. But there are a lot of Star Wars fans that say this is Star Wars. This is the greatest movie that they have made. Um, I would still put the original three, any borderline, um, the Phantom Menace above Revenge of the Sith. Because okay, I understand that there's so many iconic moments, as in like the fight on Mustafar, Order 66, all that stuff. But the movie itself, like the dialogue throughout it, is just kind of unbearable. It's just like nothing. It's so boring to me. I think the reason why people rate it so highly is because of the iconic fight scenes and General Grievous and something else that I forget. But like even still, again, I do not dislike this movie, but just the fact that people rate it so highly and are so high appraised on it, I felt like I had to put this on there because again, it's borderline the fifth, fourth, sixth, maybe best Star Wars movie out there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that is one that's kind of been pretty heavily debated because I think a lot
Hmm.
of people, um, especially like in our generation more so who grew up with the sequels and not the
Right.
originals, like can really
Yeah.
latch onto that. So yeah, the sequel fans, they definitely come on strong, especially for Revenge of the Sith. So yeah, that's
Right.
definitely one that's yeah pretty popular. I think I would. It's been a while since I've watched the prequels,
Hmm.
and maybe it's time I go back. But I think I'd probably be closer to your opinion with it being
Right.
okay, but
It's not
it's
bad.
definitely not on the
It's
level
not
of the
bad.
original trilogy. Like let's be
Yeah,
real.
no.
Not even close.
It's still
Um
good. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Number 4 for me is going to be Drive. This is
Drive.
a Ryan
Okay.
Gosling movie, and
Mm.
this one I don't feel as strongly about. The first 3 were kind of my like strongest hot takes that I will stand by a lot more.
Hmm.
These next 2 can be I'm not entirely sure because especially with
Sure.
Drive, I've seen it once and I really didn't know what I was getting into with it, and I didn't expect
Sure.
the type of movie it was. I thought it'd be much more action centric. It's really not. It's much more dramatic, sort of
Hmm.
thriller. Well, yeah, probably like a thriller more sort of thing. So I was kind of caught off guard by that. It wasn't what I expected. I wasn't thrilled though by the Ryan Gosling performance. I think this might be one of his weaker performances. He went for a much more subdued, understated, quiet
Right.
character that I don't think he quite captured in a way that worked for me.
Hmm.
But this is one I definitely do want to go back to one day. But I found the movie as a whole not super engaging, and I just didn't have an emotional connection a lot to any of the characters really, as much as the
Yeah.
movie tried to have it. And visually, I think it looks really good, and there's definitely some iconic moments, but not as a whole project, not something that is super memorable or exciting for me. So it's my fourth
Fair
pick.
enough. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's get in the s'more juice right here. See, a lot of these pits are gonna make people question if I even like cinema, as I've told you before. But I'm gonna stick with it. All right. So pit number 4, we're gonna go with Pulp Fiction.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Don't.
I'm questioning your love of cinema. No.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. It is not a bad movie. I will get that out there. But the way people talk about it, I had to put it on the list. To me, it just felt so, what's the right way? I guess dragged out. Like there was so many different, it was kind of cool to see the different kind of stories to play out, but a lot of them I could really just care less about. Like the only interesting story was really Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson. But even that was just like, I didn't really feel anything. The movie itself, I just thought, in real honesty, was just kind of boring in a way. Like, it felt like so much, but nothing at all happened at the same time. It was like there was moments of um, extreme action or suspense, but there was no build up to it. It was almost just like immediate, and then it just flattened out immediately afterwards. And I was like, come on, like give us more in that moment. Keep building off it. Um, but yeah, that's just what I have to say about it. It's still a fine movie. Um, yeah, there's that.
Yeah, well, I think the fact that it's not in chronological order might be kind of why you kind of have those spikes in action at unexpected moments. I like it for that. I think it's pretty cool. But I can
Hmm.
understand, yeah, at times maybe it's kind of weird how it kind of messes with the structure. And with a movie like Pulp Fiction, it is so heavily like celebrated and so many people like
Yeah.
adore that movie that I feel like it's inevitable, like a Jaws situation where it's like
Hmm.
it's almost inevitable to be overrated. I would agree that it's at least a little bit overrated. I still think it's great,
Sure.
but
No, yeah.
it's not one of my all-time favorites, I would say, but I
Yeah.
still think it's really good. What
Yeah.
would you be willing to share your rating? I actually don't even know where you are
I
with
I
that exactly.
I don't even know either.
Okay. You don't have to if you don't feel
it
confident
has
about it.
it has my respect as a movie because it's so unique and different. But
Hmm.
it was just I just felt nothing throughout it.
Okay.
So I mean, my like on approved rating is like I don't know 6.5, maybe 7.
Okay.
Like, it's
Yeah.
still fine, but it's not like the 10 out of 10 people keep saying it is.
Yeah, I got
You
you.
know?
Yeah, again, with how highly praised it is, like 7 is not that bad of a rating. Like that's yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good rating for a good movie.
sure.
But yeah,
Yeah.
when everybody's saying like 10 out of 10, it's like, yeah, well, it's pretty
Right.
overrated, in your
Yeah.
opinion.
Hmm.
I'd be quite a bit above a 7, but anyways.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
number 5 in my final movie that I will mention today for overrated
Hmm.
pictures is going to be Wes Anderson, one of his most recent films. Is it his most recent film? I believe. Whatever. Asteroid City.
Yeah.
Asteroid City
Yeah.
from a couple years
I
ago.
forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
That's an
I don't
awful
know.
movie.
I Wes Anderson isn't a filmmaker that I love, but I've watched a few of his films that I've really enjoyed, like The Grand Budapest Hotel and Fantastic Mr. Fox. Those
Hmm.
are two of my favorites from him. Really good movies. Asteroid City just does not have the sauce that those movies do.
No.
I
No.
think the dialogue, the plot is just very dull. I think I personally find the stuff going on outside the play to be more interesting than the stuff inside. And I get what he's going for with the meaning behind what's going on with the play and how that's reflecting the experience of the artist. That's a really interesting thing. And obviously, that's a
Sure.
cool kind of analysis of the nature of art and things like that. The messaging and themes behind it are really good, but just in execution, I don't find it that funny. I don't find it that engaging,
Right.
and I think that it's very tough for me to get through that movie just to get to a very
Yeah.
ham-fisted kind of message that I
Hmm.
think the movie almost intentionally kind of tries to dull itself down to kind of make the point that it's trying to make, but
Sure.
that doesn't, like, yes, you made a good point and it's interesting, but that doesn't change the fact that so much of your movie was dull and not
Sure.
super emotionally powerful or resonant. So
Yeah.
very weird movie. Again, that's why I don't feel as strongly about calling it overrated. I also don't think it's one of his most highly praised movies, so I don't think
Hmm.
I don't think anybody's looking at Asteroid City and saying it's like one of the greats or anything. But
Sure.
I am very low on it, so
Yeah.
by nature, yeah, very overrated for me.
Fair enough. I am also with you. I think that's actually just a bad movie in general.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So pit number 5. I have one that I think will probably get some people going. We'll see. Um, but yeah, I am going to end with La La Land.
Mm,
Now,
man, you're coming with the hot takes, dude.
I am. I told you it
Oh,
was going to be juicy and spicy. So, well, hear me out. Okay. Because I do think that La La Land is one of, if not the best well shot movies ever. But the movie itself, as in like the storyline, the plot, what actually happens is just very okay. The general plot is centered around Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling in their uh, respected relationship and them trying to accomplish like their own kind of goals. But to me, their relationship just made no sense at all. I was like, why are they together? Like that's that's like the whole plot of the movie. And when the whole plot of the movie just doesn't really make sense as to why it's happening, it's just like, eh. But it's such a again a beautifully shot movie that you kind of a lot of generally speaking, a lot of people tend to overlook that kind of stuff. But like when it's right in front of you, it's hard to ignore, for me at least. Um, I did appreciate the fact that they did not end up together. I actually like that. I didn't think they should because again, the relationship just made no sense to me. Um, I do not hate this movie because again, it is probably the best well shot movie ever. But yeah, I mean, it's still probably like an 8 for me, but I just can't get it to a 10 because the plot, dialogue, storyline, characters just
Mm,
felt nothing for me. Yeah.
okay. Yeah. I think as well as it being well beautifully shot, I personally found it to be beautiful emotionally as well. I think watching them pursue their dreams as artists and, you
Sure.
know, the spark of their relationship and that progressing as they realize that what they both can't their their careers and aspirations can't live alongside their romance, at least as far as they understand it,
Yeah.
um, is a really interesting thing and something that can come up in relationships in a lot of ways, not just in careers, but just with different life goals and things like that. And so that was very resonant for me. And I think a lot of the music is really good. I enjoy the
Oh,
musical
yeah.
numbers, and I think the performances are really strong. Again, Emma Stone coming back, she's fantastic. Ryan
Hmm.
Gosling, amazing. And
Sure.
so yeah, I am definitely a
Yeah.
huge fan of La La Land. That one's up there with some of my favorites. So
Oh, yeah. No, I totally agree with what you said, but just the initial uh like reason or like their initial relationship, it just didn't make sense as to why they were together and so deeply connected when it just didn't the whole time it just didn't mix well. It's just like why are they together, you
they
know?
dance together.
I mean,
They
if that's all it takes, I mean,
they
it's
they
Emma
they
Stone.
they
I don't
performed a
blame him,
beautiful they performed a beautiful artistic action of intimacy.
but
Um,
sure, by
and
flying through the air. Yeah,
yes, yep,
yeah,
exactly, exactly.
yeah.
That's all it
When I
takes.
first watched that, I was like, oh, they're flying. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that's all you
But
got to
yeah,
do. Actually, that's yeah. You should try that sometime. Viewers
I'm
watching at home.
still, yeah, I'm still working on it. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll have to try it too. See what happens.
yeah. Sure.
Okay. Anyways, so that's gonna be it, right, for our overrated movies for
I
now.
believe so. Yeah,
There's
we
there
might have more later,
Oh
but
yeah,
yeah,
there's definitely more that can be talked about, but those are five of our most overrated movies of all time.
yeah.
Let us know what you guys think, and thank you guys so much
Uh-huh.
for checking out this video. And make sure to check out our other one takes, as well as our film wheel episodes that are coming out slowly but surely.
Yeah,
But those
sure.
are still
Yeah,
continuing, even though it's been a little bit delayed. But thank
right.
you guys so much for joining us, and we will see you guys very soon.